Ruth here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful. You guys will see this on. You'll see this during the day, but I'm doing this video during the evening. Hope you guys are having a wonderful one. Okay, so Blueface has decided to confront his mother and basically like hold her accountable for her actions. I'm gonna play a little bit of this before I comment on. Okay.
You good? So when should you find out this? I mean, on the day that, not the day that he comes. Which day? I don't know, John. That's what I'm saying. You got your personal things over this. How can you do that? How can you think about yourself over? I'm not thinking about myself. I have the messages to prove it to you, right? You good?
Okay, so basically, Blueface is basically saying, hey, you know what? I want my kids to interact with each other and get to know each other, right? And then that's when he looked at his son, his older son, and said, hey, do you know your little brother? You know what I mean? And his mom, he's basically like, well, you know, you're putting your personal feelings for CHRISEAN, you're putting that in front of the fact that these kids need to get to know each other. And listen, right? Hopefully, I don't know, from this, I'm going to say this, from this video, it doesn't look like it's like kind of sunken in to his mom, that maybe it's good to let CHRISEAN and Blueface handle their issues. In my opinion, I feel like she's too invested on how she feels personally for CHRISEAN, and it's just putting a halt on the relationships we need to focus on, and that is the health of the children, right? The interactions between these siblings, because right now it's just looking real bad. These kids are getting older, right? And they're starting to understand and come to a realization like, wow, my mom and my mom and dad don't get along. My mom and dad don't get along with my brother's mom. My grandmother doesn't get along with my brother's mom, and sometimes she don't get along with my mom, or sometimes she just be, you know, going off for no reason. So I don't know if it has resonated, like if she realized that, like, hey, you know what, maybe John is right, maybe I am part of the problem. But I'm gonna play a little bit of what this she did put up, because she's always posting now. You notice you're always seeing her since he's been out of jail. Now she's everywhere. She's just a posting. So here we go.
She finna set your son up. There's no such thing as set your son up, okay? There's no such thing. I got 2 armed guards at the door, and you don't want to get hit with what they got. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And they ain't leaving, okay? On 6 side, they not leaving. So go on over there and get what your mama told you not to get, okay? That's what you do about that, okay? What else we got? I don't play about my motherfucking kids. They right up in there. They might be taking a nap, but they gonna hear your ass coming. I promise you that. And ain't gonna be no call the police. Ain't gonna be none of that bullshit, okay?
Miss Kyla said, like, no offense or anything, it just sounds like you could not wait for, and I'm going to say this, I remember when Tasha K interviewed her, and I felt as if it was a lot, that interview, she was talking about Blueface, she was talking about Jonathan, but a lot of that is what she wanted for Jonathan's life, what she saw, you know what I mean, like almost like how she could benefit from Jonathan. I feel like from ever since he was a kid, it's always been about her. Like one of those parents when it's always just been about, oh, well, Jonathan's really good at football. Well, Jonathan, I put him in the acting classes and he was so good at acting. Remember that? And then he was going to be a big actor. Blah, 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 blah. It was always about, you know, my kid was going to do this. My kid's going to do that. Like, but you could tell that was really about her. Because we don't even know if Blueface ever wanted any of those things. But she could not wait. She was just ready to give her 2 cents on where he should be in his career path and yada, yada, yada. Sorry, y'all. My nose is real itchy. Sorry. Yeah, so in my opinion, it has not changed one bit. Miss Carlisa is still the same way.
I promise you that. And ain't gonna be no call the police. Ain't gonna be none of that bullshit. Okay?
Government shutdown is here.
Sorry,
and
y'all.
Already impacted.
Okay, so there you go. And, I'll play this too. Hold on. So she told you she's everywhere. So I'm going to play this one too.
You did exactly what you said you were going to do. You accomplished that, even though we didn't agree. And look at the peace and the love and the joy. We don't see no more grabbing. We don't see no more tugging. We see love and we see joy. And that's exactly what he said he was going to do when all of us was terrified. Like, no! Don't risk your life for it. Don't risk your freedom. And he didn't listen to us. He listened to himself. And look, my goodness, to wake up and see his son smiling and laughing on the internet with nobody grabbing at him. Y'all gonna give my baby the credit that he deserved for this one. Y'all gonna give him his credit, or I'm gonna take it.
He's not a baby. He's a grown man. Blueface is a man. He's not a baby. And that's your problem. And that's a lot of these mothers' problems. I notice I've been seeing this in our community a lot. A lot of these mothers want to hold on to a grown man. My baby, my baby. You know what? At some point, you got to realize doing that is going to cause a cancer that cannot be clean. It's going to continue to grow. So you need to let Blueface be a man. From what it seems like, just let him be a grown man. Pray that God gives him clarity on how to take care of his family and leave it alone, just like you said. But that means stop appearing all up in the lives. I mean, she got her bonnet on, she outside. Like, the first thing, you don't got nothing else? Carlisa, businesses, anything. What happened to the podcast with Black China's mom and what is it, Tia, what's her name, Rick Ross's ex? What happened? Where's your life at? Because what it looks like, your life is intertwined with Jonathan and CHRISEAN and Jaden's day to day. And you're egging things on. And I'm not even going to put on my channel that whole fiasco in the parking lot when she's jumping up and down in her green jumpsuit, going off and going back and forth. Oh no, you ain't going, you ain't going to jump. I'm not even going to go there because it's like, that's just, it's a waste of time. And wasn't you out of breath? All of this back and forth and hoopla. And is she in a relationship? What happened to it? You must not be happy with your relationship, because how could a happy person take all their energy away from their partner and who they love and put it on another grown person? Because that's what it really is. Your son is a grown man. That is a man at the end of the day. It's time to let go and let God. Put it in God's hands first and let it go. And trust in God that he's going to take care of it. Because you're just going to start to add fuel to a already lit fire. And you just don't want to do that.
I know you don't get your credit because you got a whole bunch of tattoos on your face and you look a little scary now. But I'm going to give you your credit from here on out. Because it took 2 years for us to see the love and the joy on him that you did in 72 hours. Maybe she'll give you some credit and give you some visitation after this. But you know what? God is with you. Keep going. And I'll keep being here to support you the best I can. And I'm gonna enjoy my Sunday.
Listen, maybe Carlisa, and you know what I mean, maybe I have to see it from her eyes, okay? Because I try to see it both ways. Maybe she's like, okay, Jonathan told us to keep the peace, so I'm going to make this live and keep the peace, right? I feel like there was a lot of little petty back shots, but I should not judge Carlisa, right? So now here I am trying to look at it from her side of things. She has her grandkids. She loves her grandkids. She's very passionate, and she loves her son. And she just wants to, like, hey, I want to make sure, because I am the senior, I want to make sure everything is in order. So, maybe some of you guys will probably comment and be like, no, like, yeah, Ruth, you got to look at it through that side. You got to look at it through her side of things. Her son was in jail for 2 years. He's come out. She got her grandkids, and she can see that, CHRISEAN doesn't have the best intentions. Okay, I'm trying to look at it from both sides. But my thing is that when I see Miss Carlissa, when I see her in a parking lot jumping up and down, like talking about, like, don't touch me, and like a thing like you about the bop bop, it's given very much. I want to show, and I'm ready to I want to, like, create a fiasco, because I know everybody's gonna be talking about it the next day. You know what I mean? So I understand and I get it. I listen. I'm not saying that the lady don't love her grandkids and love her son. I do truly believe that she loves her children and her child and her grandchildren. But there are a lot of times it looks like she has that in her to be like, hey, look, I'm gonna show how aggressive I can get and how I don't back down. And remember when she said, y'all, hey, Jonathan, I'm so glad that you was, I was so happy when Jonathan went, decided to be with CHRISEAN, be with a black woman, because, now you can understand why we're always so angry, and you can understand why why we fight sometimes. Who's we? So that right there makes me think that, Carlos, maybe yes, maybe you start out with the best intentions, but then you start to get a little, it starts to get a little cloudy, and then your actions start to be something that it's a you thing, and it's an inner you thing. And please don't put all black women in this, because all black women do not act like this. Okay? I am not no angry black woman. I am not no woman that be like bucking up and all that kind of stuff and getting angry and cursing every 5 minutes. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm just not. And there's a whole bunch of black women like me. Black men. White men. White women. Orange men. Orange women. Asian. Indian. Listen. If you happen to skip on my channel, please understand, this is not all of us. We all do not act like this. I promise you. So Carlissa, please say, hey, you can maybe understand why your mother is so angry, and why your mother is so upset and so bitter and things of that nature. Please do not put that on all black women, because that's not true. And if it is a thing where, like, that's the case with you, maybe it's time for some real strong therapy, right? Really look into yourself. Hey, Jonathan, you are a grown man, and this is your issues, and I'm going to step away, and I'm going to work on things that I probably should have worked on 15, 20 years ago. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Put it down in the comments. See y'all later. Bye.